This is the only video you need to hit at least 5K per month with copywriting in the next 90 days. Not a year from now, not sometime, but 90 days from this day right now. Because the truth is, if you're watching this video right now, you're probably more confused and overwhelmed than anything, because there are thousands of copywriting videos out there all claiming to have the secret to you making money with copywriting. Yet they're all contradicting each other, which keeps you frustrated, confused, and stuck. People think that having 5 maps will somehow get them to their goal 5 times faster, when in reality, it's just going to keep them stuck for an even longer amount of time. So in this video, I'm gonna cut through all the noise and show you everything you need to know to start making money with copywriting, even if you are a complete beginner. And before you think this is just another empty promise, let me show you some proof. For example, just last week, I was in Las Vegas with about 20 of my one-to-one students. And no, these aren't like trust fund kids. They're not some marketing experts that have been doing this for decades. They were people who are watching videos on YouTube of me showing them how to make money with copywriting, just like you are right now. Only a few months ago, there were normal people who were watching videos on how to make money with copywriting, just like you are right now. The only difference between them and somebody watching this video right now who's still a beginner is that they followed everything that I'm about to show you step by step. And it's also funny because many of them actually quit their 9-to-5s just days or weeks before coming on this trip, and a lot of them have also already made over $10,000 with copywriting so far. So I've helped thousands of copywriters start and scale their copywriting businesses, and you want to know what I've noticed? Is that the people who succeed the fastest, they get the crazy results, aren't the ones who have the most experience or the ones who have the best writing skill even. They're the ones who follow a proven system and take massive action. Because the truth is that talent might get you applause, but systems are going to get you paid. So that's what I'm going to give you in this very video. So let me show you where to start and why most copywriters fail the 4-step FAIL system that I created. And yes, in this video, I'm going to be giving you the systems to succeed and also the systems that you're going to want to avoid. And the 4-step FAIL system goes like this. Number 1 is focusing on the wrong things. Number 2 is analysis paralysis. Number 3 is inconsistent action. And number 4 is lack of systems. So starting off with focus, most beginner copywriters hyper-focus on their copywriting skill or learning more and watching more videos, and they shy away from the client getting part of copywriting. Think of this like a chef who's spending years and years in the kitchen learning how to create these dishes, but he never opens up his own restaurant and he never actually cooks for anybody but himself. The lesson here is, how do you expect results when you refuse to actually sell your skills to anybody? And the great part about copywriting is that you can actually learn while you earn. And not only can you learn while you earn, that's the best way to learn. The best way to learn copywriting isn't from just writing some emails every single day. Yes, that's a great start, but the best way to learn copywriting is by getting hired by businesses and just writing copy for them. So let me hit you with a truth bomb real quick. If you've known about copywriting for longer than a week, but you've never outreached or tried to get a client before, then you are behind. You are stalling your own progress. So get out there, face the rejection, and just do it. There are tons of copywriters out there that are gonna be learning for the next 90 days. So in the next 90 days, if you just face failure head on, then we'll see at the end of those 90 days who actually got results. And the next step in the failure system is analysis paralysis. This is when you consume video after video after video and essentially get stuck in just tutorial hell. It's like, imagine if you tried to learn swimming by just watching YouTube videos over and over and over again and never actually getting in the water. Well, that's exactly what most beginner copywriters do. And the next step to the FAIL system is inconsistent action. Translation is, they send a few outreach messages, they give up, then they start again. And then they have this on and off relationship with copywriting in general. Look, Amazon and Jeff Bezos didn't make any profit for the first 9 years they're in business. And now they're one of the biggest businesses in the whole entire world. Why? Because Jeff Bezos kept showing up day after day after day, even though he had lack of technical money progress. And this lesson in business is the difference between success and just fizzling out. I can't tell you how many people say, Tyson, I sent 5 outreaches, or I've been outreaching for the last 3 days and I haven't gotten a client yet. And then they just start sulking, they give up, they get all poopy pants mentality. And it's like, bro, you're going to have to work a little bit harder for a little bit longer. It's not a get rich overnight scheme. And the last part is a lack of systems. Translation, they approach every single action as if it's their first time doing it. But instead, you should work like a well-oiled machine. And I get it. At the beginning, everything is going to feel clunky. You doing 20 outreaches is going to feel like it's taking you forever. But then the more you do, the better you get, you're gonna be able to bang out those 20 outreaches in just a couple of hours. And this is when exponential results start coming into your copywriting journey. But the hidden cost of winging it isn't just time, but it's also your mental energy. Your income ceiling is directly tied to your systems. So instead of trying a new outreach method or a new place to look for clients or a new message that you're opening with or a new prospecting technique or some sort of new follow-up every single day where you have to think of new things to do, just do the same things, the same actions over and over and over, and you'll watch how good you'll get at them, and then you'll be better at the skill and you'll be producing more outreaches, which is essentially just producing more chances of you getting clients and making money with copywriting. So where do you actually start becoming successful at copywriting? Well, here's the biggest lie that people believe in, and that's that you need some big, impressive portfolio in order to get copywriting clients. And this creates a perfect catch-22 scenario where you don't have any clients because you don't have a great portfolio, but you can't have a great portfolio because you just don't have any clients. Well, let me show you how to break this cycle by getting your first client with no experience the easiest way possible. Because here's the truth, is that when clients are asking for your portfolio, they don't care as much about your experience as you think that they do. They care about you possessing the skill that you're trying to sell them. In fact, one of my mentors that's done over $100 million that I actually met in Vegas told me such a valuable lesson about why hiring beginners is so important for businesses. But more on that later. As far as your portfolio goes, think of it this way. If you were looking for someone to do a kitchen remodel for your home and they show you 10 kitchens they've done in the past and they're absolutely immaculate, this is exactly how you want your kitchen to look like, would you hire them? The answer is probably. But what if they admitted to you, okay, well, look, these were all projects that I did on my own for free. Nobody actually paid me for them. Would this make a difference? To most people, no. They've already shown you that they have the skill. Whether they got paid for it or not is really pretty irrelevant. And the same goes with copywriting. The silent killer of most copywriters' careers is thinking that they need to have this huge list of past clients in order to get their first client, when in reality, this is far from the truth. Why? Because skill is skill and results are results. And in the kitchen model example, it doesn't matter if you did the kitchen work for a paying client or it was a free project that you did for your mother-in-law. So the solution isn't finding the clients, it's realizing that experience doesn't require payment. It just requires doing the work. So how do you create a portfolio that showcases your value even though you have a little lack of experience? Well, let me show you. I call this the 3-layer portfolio method. Layer number 1 is a personalized introduction, which is usually in the form of a video. This is gonna put you so much ahead of everyone else because everyone else just wants to hide and scurry behind their computer. But if you show that you're articulate, you take a video for them, introducing yourself, showing why you are a different copywriter and your approach to copywriting is much better than most people's, then it's gonna give you such a higher chance of getting hired over everybody else. Number 2 is the capability showcase. This is where you show all of your copywriting skills. You show a few different forms of copywriting, and then you show your 3 to 5 best pieces of copywriting work. And of course, you want to put the best stuff at the very top. And finally, the 3rd layer of your portfolio is you want to tell them what they should do next. So this is where you give them your value proposition. Again, you restate why your approach to copywriting actually works. And you also give them a bit of a CTA where you tell them exactly what to do next. Now, just as a disclaimer, you can easily set up a portfolio just like I described in the next 2 days. It absolutely boggles my mind when I talk to copywriters and they say, well, yeah, I haven't outreached yet because I've been working on my portfolio for the past month. A whole month of wasted time when they could have just speed ran their portfolio and started getting clients way earlier. So following everything that I say here, you will be prepared when somebody asks you for your portfolio. And does this even make a difference? Well, instead of me telling you, let me show you. So I actually have a few outreaches that I made from my personal clients. So as you can see, I outreached to Dan Henry. So Dan Henry is somebody with thousands and thousands of followers. He's actually currently working with Iman Gaji. And it's funny as well because I actually met him in Vegas. Of course, he didn't remember this, but let me show you exactly what happened. So essentially, I sent him over some of my copy, long story short. He said, hey man, this copy is okay for a beginner, but it has a long way to go. And he said, I have to tell more stories. And of course, I didn't get hired from him, but I lost my chance. I lost my shot of getting hired by a huge 8-figure business entrepreneur. And the lesson here is that you want to have a diversified portfolio where you do things like tell stories and you have different types of copy. So don't worry, I actually fixed my portfolio after this, and I have another example of me getting a portfolio W when I was outreaching. So as you can see, it says right here, hey Tyson, thanks for sending those emails over. Question, do you have a portfolio you could send? And do you write other type of copy besides emails? I basically said yes, and I sent over my portfolio. And they said, awesome, I've booked a call with you and our content strategist, and we have a small project we'd like to discuss. I said, yeah, that sounds good. Then she asked, how much do I quote? I said, I quote $200 per email. So that was the deal, $200 per email for 8 emails, because I sent over my portfolio and it was fire. So this just goes to show you that yes, this is extremely, extremely helpful to have an amazing portfolio, and it can be the difference between you getting the clients or not. And of course, when you're making your portfolio, you're also going to want to have your niche in mind. Who should you write for? What type of copy are you going to write? And what is your ideal client even going to look like? Well, let me give you a hypothetical scenario. Let's say you walk into a restaurant and there's 2 chefs. Chef number 1 says, I can make any cuisine in the world and I'm the best. Chef number 2 says, I specialize in authentic Italian pastas. I've studied under 3 professional chefs, master chefs in Italy for the last 7 years. And I know 27 traditional Italian recipes by heart. Which one would you trust more with your Italian dinner? Of course, chef number 2, because they have specialized experience in what you need. And of course, this is exactly how businesses are going to think when they're hiring copywriters. So here's how to not only pick a niche, but also become a master in it. So let me show you the 5-step niche framework, NICHE. N is to narrow your focus. What type of copy are you going to offer? Are you going to specialize in emails, sales pages, landing pages, funnels? Next is I, which is to identify the pain points, not only of your ideal customer, but also of your ideal client's customer as well. C is to choose your ideal client. So exactly what do they look like? What type of person do you want to work with as a copywriter? What are some things that you're interested in that you would love to write for? H is for highlight your unique approach. What is your unique offer and the unique things that you're going to say and express when you're outreaching to people that's going to set you apart from every other copywriter out there? E is to establish clear results. What type of results are you promising or saying that you can usually get for your clients? Now, this is going to be a little bit difficult in the beginning, but after working with your first 1 or 2 clients, you're going to want to figure this out. Now, when you use these, you're going to be seen as more of a specialist than just a generalist. And of course, if you're looking for the best types of niches that are working right now in copywriting, I've already made a huge video on that. And also go down in the comments and drop which niche you're actually writing for as a copywriter, because I want to know from you guys. And now I'm going to actually show you and teach you guys how easy it is to make your very first piece of copy within the next 5 minutes. So follow me and I'm going to show you how to write your very first piece of copy in just 5 minutes. Right here, I have a huge template and resource for you guys. And yes, this video is already extremely valuable, but I'm also giving you guys the tools in order for you to get where you need to go even faster. So as you can see right here, we're in the 5-minute easy email copywriting tutorial. That's what it's called. Now, if you want to download this document that I'm using right here, all you got to do is go down and download the free copy starter kit. And in case you're wondering exactly where it is, you're going to get an email in your inbox. It's going to show you how to join the school community. You want to go over to Classroom right here. It's inside of the 4D starter swipe file, tools, templates, and resources. Then you want to click on the 4D easy email copywriting blueprint. People often ask me where it is. That's where it is. That's where you can find it. So if you go down here, you can actually watch me write different emails with this exact resource that you're watching right now. So I have 5 different videos in here of me using this exact template that you can just look at. So if you get stuck, want to know more about what to do, then again, you can just go over there. So I have 3 businesses here that you can choose from. They range from difficult, medium, and easy. And it also shows like what kind of copy you're going to be writing for them. And then step number 2, people ask me, well, what should I write about? How do I know exactly what to write about? How do I know what they think? Well, right here is how you do research. This is the easiest way, the 3-step way to do research with the DIG method, D-I-G. So you discover their differences. So what makes them unique in their space? You identify their ideal customer. So who exactly are they speaking to? And you gather their greatest hits. So what content performs best for them? All you need are these 3 easy, simple things. So you would just go to their page and you would look at all of their content and then you would gather all of it in here. Now, I have an example here for Peloton. Peloton is a high-end stationary bike business. I actually have one of my own. So the difference is that it combines premium equipment with community experience. The ideal customer, busy professionals who value efficiency and quality, greatest hits, so instructor catchphrases, motivational content, and community stories. Now, these are going to be easier to fill out with people who have a actual personal brand. So I recommend you look for more personal brands in order to use this with. Now, next is actually writing your subject line. As you can see, I'm not going to go through word for word everything in here, but I have some bad examples here, why they're bad examples, and then some good examples as well. Step 4, I actually have a chart for you to follow every single structure. It is extremely easy. I've literally broken it down to like IKEA instructions where it's just picture, put peg in slot, then you're done. Okay, so as you can see, these are the structures you're going to want to use with some examples inside of them as well. Then you're just going to want to write the copy. Very simple, very easy, very straightforward. Don't stall this, and then you want to read your copy out loud. Then really quickly, you want to use some AI to make your copy even better. So very simple. Just go to ChatGPT, which is linked right there. Then you want to say, make this email better. Then you want to say, make this email funnier. Then with everything that it gives you, you just want to take and pick a couple of lines from the copy that it gives you back, and you want to put it into your copy to make it just a little bit better. Then you will have your final piece of copy. Then you copy and paste your final piece of copy into ChatGPT, then say, rate this email 1 to 10 overall and tell me how I can improve. And then lastly, with that feedback, you're going to want to make your last little bit of revisions to your copy, and then you want to submit it to the school community. As you can see, other people here are asking for you to drop your copy in the comments below so that they can review it and give you feedback from real people. And this is going to help you get good at copywriting way faster than anything else that I've seen. All right, so now that you know how to write your first piece of copy, it's important that you understand that client getting is next on the docket. And this is the one that you do not want to stall. Because here's the thing, is that copywriting is a skill in of itself, but client getting is also a skill as well. So if you just focus on getting good at copywriting, then by the time you decide, okay, I'm good enough to actually start outreaching to clients now 3 months later, then you're gonna be far behind because now you still suck at client getting. So what should you do instead? You should work on copywriting and client getting at the same time. And the best way to work on copywriting is by getting clients anyways. So let me address the question that keeps most copywriters up at night. Why would anyone hire me if I'm a beginner? Why wouldn't they just hire some veteran with 10 years of experience? So you remember how I mentioned I learned a valuable lesson from my $100 million mentor back when I was in Vegas? Well, here it is. He was asked if businesses should hire just veterans or if they should bother hiring people who are complete beginners but actually help them get better at the skill in the company. And the answer he gave honestly kind of shocked me, but it also gave me a $1 million insight. Why is that? Well, most beginners think, oh, well, bro, if you just hire all these veterans, all these people who have been doing the thing for a very long time, who have extremely good results, you'll have an awesome business. I mean, it's a no-brainer. You just hire all the veterans, right? Well, what most beginners fail to realize is that hiring people with tons of experience has huge downsides. First of all, they cost a ton of money, 2 to 3 to 4 times what a beginner would cost. Second of all, they usually jump ship the moment that anybody else offers them more money for the position. So you spend all this time, like a month or two, getting somebody onboarded onto your company, and then they're just gonna leave you for a different company who's offering them more money. Next is that it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. You're gonna be there trying to teach them your new system, and because they've been already doing a different system for decades or years now, it's gonna be difficult for them to switch over. So you're gonna be paying a premium price for quality that isn't actually going to be the very best. And lastly, people who have been working in the industry for 10 years, they're usually not the people who want to just go to war with you. They're the people who just want a cushy, laid-back job where they can coast and make a lot of money. But that's exactly where the beginner's edge kicks in. Because you can hire young and hungry entrepreneurs with tons of potential for just a fraction of the cost as somebody who's been doing it for years already. Next is that beginners will be willing to put in as many hours as you ask of them. They will be willing to go to war with you. And they're actually ready and eager to learn anything that you have to teach. They want to know your systems. They are an empty mind that is ready for molding. But which one is better to hire more of? Well, my mentor's answer is the barbell approach. Heavy on the sides and light in the middle. You want an equal mix of experienced experts, people who have been doing it for a long time but will cost a little bit more. You also want a good amount of beginners as well, people who will cost you less, but they're also moldable and ready to work for you. But you rarely want the people who are in the middle. And that's exactly where you come in. See, most beginners get caught up because they go and try to make themselves look like something they're not. They try to make themselves look like a veteran when really everybody knows that they're just a beginner, and that's okay. The strategy that landed me my first clients was complete honesty. My message was simple. I might not have a decade of experience, but I'm ready and willing to work 10 times harder than anyone else who does. I'm here to learn your business inside and out and make you look like an absolute genius for taking a chance on me. So embrace the beginner's edge, and before you know it, you're gonna be that expert commanding higher prices in no time. But of course, that begs the questions: what do you actually do to get clients? How do you outreach? Where do you find clients? What do you say? Well, I have tons of free courses that get into the weeds and the tactics on how to do all this that I'm not going to reiterate in this video. I'll put them on screen now that you can watch afterwards. Also, don't forget to go down below and download the free Copy Starter